Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Diana. If you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell on the screen so you can get notifications whenever I'm gonna post something. So today I have a story time for you guys. See, I filmed this a while ago, but my hair was a mess. Like right here it was blonde, and then right here it was dark, and then right here was darker, so it was a mess. It's been 8 months since this happened. I have updates on it, so it's actually be better this time, so I'm gonna just tell the whole story all in one. So hope you guys are ready, and let's get started. This is a story about a guy I used to have a crush on in elementary school, and I ended up seeing him again 10 years later at a Starbucks that he works at. So what had happened was I walked in, and it was funny because he looked really familiar to me, but I didn't like really question it. I was just kind of like, a lot of people look familiar to me at this point. So I live in a city where everybody knows everyone, so it's literally everybody knows everybody. So I got my coffee, and then he said my name. He's like, Diana, like, it's me, Jacob. We're gonna call him Jacob. Okay, we're not using his real name, don't have time for that. So he's like, it's me, Jacob. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, so I remember you. So then what had happened was he gave me his Snapchat and I gave him mine. So then, I'm not gonna lie, my elementary school self was like, yay, but oh boy, was I in for a treat. So then we were talking, and then like it kind of got kind of annoying because he kept like insisting for us to go on a date, and at that point in time I just didn't want to go on a date with anybody. I was just kind of like, I'm gonna do myself. I had been like in a somewhat relationship for a while, so I was just kind of like, I just want to do me for now. So I let him down slowly and told him, look, I'm not looking for anything like that, but I don't think he got the point. So then we stopped talking because I just didn't reply to him anymore, because I was like, I didn't want him to get the wrong idea. And then I ran into him again at the same Starbucks, which I thought maybe he will be here, but I don't know why I thought that, because he works there, so 1 point for me, I guess. So then I went back, and then he started messaging me again because we talked for a bit, and then this time he kept insisting for me to go on a date with him. So I actually asked my friends for advice. So I asked Brenda, and I also asked my friend Janet, and honestly their opinions mean so much to me because they're like two of my best friends. So I was like, I wonder what they're gonna say about it. So they both said, hey, just give it a shot, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So I was like, okay. So then I told him, I was like, hey, sure, why not? So we went on this date. Well, we scheduled this date. So the day of the date, I was getting ready, and I was like, I don't want to go anymore. I was literally, something was like making me dread not to go. So I was just like, I'm not feeling it. Is there any way I could cancel? And I was sick. I was literally sick. I had a sore throat, so I was like, yeah, that's making me not want to go even more. So I texted him, which FYI, I didn't give him my number. I made a text-free app, and that's how he had my number. So okay, so then he texted me, and he goes, hey, it's Jacob, because we're calling him Jacob. And I was like, hey. And he didn't text back for a bit, and I was like, okay, maybe this is my shot for me to cancel. And it's not even like I was just canceling all of a sudden. I was ready, like I was ready to go, but I just really wasn't feeling on going. So I was like, I'm just gonna tell him no. And so I texted him, I was like, hey, is there any way we can reschedule? I'm sorry, I woke up not feeling well, and I thought I could pull through, but honestly I feel really bad. And he goes, seriously, I was legit on my way. Thanks. It shows how much you care. So then I was like, really? Oh my god, okay, I'll just go. Knowing and deep down inside I was pissed. I was like, I don't want to go. And then he goes, yes, literally. Nice. Then he messages back. I think he's noticed that I was like really like kind of like at this point I was really triggered. So he goes, I mean, if you're sick, you're sick. I was just looking for it. I thought you were too. You should have told me you were sick. I wouldn't want you to come if you were sick. I'm a nice guy. Didn't seem like it a few minutes ago, sir. So then I was like, it's okay. At this one I'm very triggered. My stepdad was taking me actually over there, and I was already telling him about it, and he was just like, I don't like this guy. And I was like, me neither. And at this point I hadn't texted Janet yet, but I had texted Brenda and I told her, hey, like this and this happened, and she goes, it doesn't seem right. And it's like, not at all. So then, and he goes, okay, as long we have a good time. As long as we have a good time. And he goes, what's wrong though? Your throat? Cold? And then I said, yeah, I have a really bad cold. And then he goes, when's the last time you gone to the movies with a guy? Nice way to change the subject. And then he's like, oh, I hope you feel better. You have to eat a lot of vitamin C. Keep your immune system up. I know how having a cold works. I've had colds before. And then, I'm sorry if I seem like such an asshole. It just wasn't a good day. So then so then I was like, since I came back from my trip, and yeah. So here's the thing. I don't know why I read that completely different. And I had since you guys seen, I went on a trip to Korea, and I was like, oh, when I reread the message, I was like, oh, that's what he meant. Well, I guess you thought I went on a date with somebody when I came back. Oh well. So then he's like, where did you go on a trip? And he's like, you on your way? And I was like, Korea. And yes. And then I had already got there. Mind you, it is 2:08 when I got there. It was 2:08. We had planned to meet there at 2. So technically I was kind of late too. No, I wasn't. I was actually on time. I was on time. But I had texted him that I was there, and I was like, where are you? And he's like, you're here? And I said, yes. He's like, okay, meet me in the front of the movie theater. And I was like, I'm inside. I thought you were, and I was like, I thought you were here. So this triggered me the most because I'm standing there looking like a crazy person, and the people in the registers were just staring at me, and they were like, oh, we've seen this before, she got stood up. And I'm like, no, my day's just super late, man. So then at this point he's like, this is what he said, and I quote, he's like, I came back, I'm there right now. And I said, okay. Mind you guys, I was inside. He was not there. So at this point, I walk outside because I look dumb just standing there looking like a crazy person. And I, at this point, call Janet, and I tell her, dude, he's not here. He made me come here, and he's not even here. And then I'm waiting, and we were supposed to meet here at 2. Janet goes, Diana, just leave. So I'm like, I don't know why. I was like, no, like, you know, like, I want to leave, but I'm gonna feel really, really bad if I just leave. So, bad mistake. I should have just left. So then I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. And then Janet's just like, dude, like, he's not even there yet. Just go. Like, there's literally no excuse for him. Like, he's late. Guys, he came like around 2:30. The movie started at 2. What are we supposed to watch? Finally, I see him walking into the theater, and I was like, okay. I was like, he's here. And then he started texting me. He started blowing me up. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let him do it. I was like, at this point, I've waited there for a long time, so now you have to wait. So I waited. I didn't make him wait that long. I made him wait like 10 minutes. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. So then I told Janice, like, I'll call you if anything happens. She's like, okay. So I walked in and he's at the bar in the movie theater. And he sits down. He goes, oh. He's like, yeah, sorry, I got thirsty, so I got some orange juice. And I was like, I know that's not orange juice, fam. I know that has vodka in it, but okay. So then I was like, okay, that's fine. And then he goes, oh, so what movie do you want to watch? He's like, we can't watch Bumblebee anymore because it's already started. And I was like, yeah. So then I'm looking at the screen trying to see what movie we should watch. And he does the most disgusting thing you would never want someone to do on a first date. He burps in front of everybody, super loud. Everybody turns and looks at us. I never been so embarrassed in my life. I literally looked away and tried to act like I didn't hear anything, but there's not a way you did not hear that. So I'm looking at the screens and trying to see what movie we should watch, and he goes, we should watch Aquaman. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna sit in a movie for 2 hours with you. So I said we should watch something else. So then we saw that there was this movie, The Mule. I've never seen the trailer before. I've never seen like anybody talk about it. So we decided we're just gonna watch that. I was like, at this point, that's fine. I literally looked up the schedule, like how long the movie was, and I was like, the movie's like an hour and 40 something minutes, and I was like, that's fine. I think I could live with that. So we go in and he pays for our ticket. So you know what? I'll give him a point for that one because he paid for the ticket. So we go inside, everything's fine. The movie starts, and guys, he does the so first he has kicking breath. I'm sorry, his breath was whew, it smelled really, really bad. And I was like, okay. And we were just hitting the the trailers, the upcoming movies, and I was like, you know, I usually like watching those because I like to see what I want to watch when it comes out. And he kept trying to like pull my face, like he was literally like grabbing my chin to kiss me, and I was like no, I was like watch that. So I would like look away, and there was an elderly couple sitting in front of us, and I think they noticed that I was just like very uncomfortable, and they were just kind of like, should we call the people that work here, or is she okay? And I'm kind of like I want to run. So that happened, and then once the movie started, okay, I had told several people about this. I had one person say this is normal. I had a million other people say this is not normal. He grabs, and I mean I quote, a strand of my hair, goes from the bottom all the way to the top, and goes, your hair smells really good. But you heard that. You heard the sniff. You heard it. I was like, and he goes, your hair smells really, really good. And I was like, thanks. And then I was like, okay. I was like, Diana, breathe. I was like, you're fine. So after that, there was a scene that the characters are getting married. Spoiler alert, sorry. So then they're getting married, and then he looks at me and he goes, that's gonna be us on our wedding day. And I look, and then in my mind I was like, if I leave now, I could literally just run away. I could just go and not come back. So then at this point I'm texting Janet and I'm texting Brendan. I'm like, no, this is not working out for me. This is terrible. I'm scared for my life. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. So then Janet goes, dude, run, just leave, just go. So well, I'm like still trying to pay attention to the movie. He grabs my hand and he starts smelling my hand, and I'm like, that's a new one. And then he kisses it and he goes, "You're my princess." And I'm like, okay, thank you. So then I was like, I gotta go use the restroom, I'll be back. So I leave, and at this point I'm texting Janet. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. What should I do? Janet says, Diana, leave, escape right now. So I'm like, oh my god, should I leave? And then I'm just this type of person, I feel bad. So I was like, you know what, I'll just stick it out. I should have just left. I literally should have just left. It would have been less painful. So I go back in and I sit down, and then he's just sitting there, and then like he's falling asleep. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's cool. I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like pay attention to the movie. And then the whole entire time he just kept doing weird things. It just wasn't okay. So then the movie ended and we were walking out. I'm like, I'm singing Break Free from freaking High School Musical, like Soren. And he decides to burp loudly again in front of everyone. And I've never walked so fast in my life. I said, I do not know him. He is not associated with me. I'm walking out. So I try to open the door and I look outside and I was like, great, it's raining outside. So I call my stepdad so quickly and I go, hey, can you come and pick me up ASAP? And he goes, yeah, I'm on my way. So he asked me, he's like, or they're gonna come pick you up? And I was like, yeah. I was like, so see you later. And he's like, no, I'll walk you. And I'm like, okay. So we walked down the steps, and then he's walking me over there, and I'm like, okay, well, you could go now. Well, they're gonna pick me up here. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he tries to lean in to give me a kiss, and I'm kind of like, how about a hug? And he kind of looks like, he looks sad, but I think he knew, like, it processed into his mind why I wanted to do that. So he's like, okay. So I gave him a hug, and then he waited there, and I'm like, no, seriously, you could go. Anyways, so he ends up leaving, and my stepdad ends up coming and picks me up. So I get in the car, and my stepdad notices immediately that something didn't go well, and he asked me, like, so how'd it go? I said, it was a trip. So I told him everything, and he goes, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I think what got him the most was that he burped, and he's like, that's disgusting. And I was like, for him to say that, you know, that's saying something. So then he texted me and he goes, you're my girl, okay? And I'm like, and then he goes, you okay? Has he picked you up? And then he called me, and then I texted him back and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I was talking with my friend that I saw. And then he's like, did you have a good time? And I was like, So then after that, he kept trying to message me and stuff, and then I just kind of like, I didn't know how to let him down more. So I just like just didn't talk to him or associate with him. I was like, maybe he'll get it that way. And one day I was taking care of a baby that I take care of, and I was walking, and I all of a sudden like saw someone that looked like him. I'm not gonna say it was him, but it looked like Jacob, and I got terrified because he was hiding like in a bush, and I was like, and it's not it's creepy to the fact that I was watching You. If you haven't seen that, I recommend it. It's on Netflix. So it really wasn't helping that I had just seen that and I saw someone that looked like him hiding in a bush. So it was just totally scary, and I freaked out. I remember I told Janet and I told Brenda, and they freaked out, and they were like, no, like, that's scary. Like, if that's really him, you need to like, you need to tell someone. So there was that. And then I just don't go to that Starbucks anymore. Point is, don't go on a date with your elementary school crush unless he's not crazy. Hope he's not crazy. Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want more videos like this, please hit that thumbs up. I would say I would want to make another video like this, but hell no. Let it be a good date. God, please. Please, God. Well, in that case, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.